Perpetually curious, almost up for exploration. You will find her, if not working or studying, you will find her doing yoga or motivating people. She loves inspiring people to do more, to give their best, and be the best version of herself. We are talking about our sixth everyday game changer, Bhavisha Lakhiani, who has joined us for Let's Begin There series. Let's Begin There is a platform where you get to realize that you are not alone in your journey, that we all are moving towards our own kind of success and we all are going through some or the other kind of struggles. How we overcome them is different for different people. And here we bring on board people from everyday lives who are facing struggles and who are overcoming their struggles on everyday basis. And today we have Bhavisha Lakhiani to join us. And since she has not joined us yet, let us see how we can invite her. Just a second. Adding, searching Bhavisha Lakhiani. Invitation has been sent to her. So by the time she joins us, a little bit more everyday, about everyday game changers and why did we even establish Let's Begin There. Let's Begin There is a concept where people can come and share their stories. When they are sharing their stories, they realize that how far they have come from where they started. You realize that, like you, there are other people who are also going through some or the other kind of struggles, and they are also overcoming their struggles in their own way. What they get is they get a chance, our everyday game changers get a chance to come and motivate people by the way they talk and by sharing their stories with people. They get a chance to bring difference to at least one person's side. You get multiple ways in how in everyday lives you can incorporate a few details or few changes that can help you overcome the problems that you are going through, because chances are you are also experiencing some kind of similar aspects, just as our everyday game changers. And since Bhavisha has joined us, let's see if we can bring her on board, if she's able to join our particular live today. Until then, if you have any particular question that you would like Bhavisha to answer, please let us know. Bhavisha, I think you can send us a message. Oh, yes, you're here. Hi, Bhavisha.
Hi. Hi,
How are
Tanya.
you?
How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good too. Very excited and nervous for today.
Excited and nervous. We are so thrilled to have you over here, our everyday game changer. So, I have mentioned a little bit about you to our audience. Why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
Okay, so I am currently in Mumbai. I work in the elusive field of actuarial science, and I am also studying alongside a typical 9-hour workday. I've been trying to pick myself up, dust myself down, and start all over and over again throughout this lockdown, like many other people. And apart from that, as you mentioned, I'm perpetually curious and I'm always up for exploration and trying new things and giving new things a shot. Apart from that, I usually do yoga, meditation, or I'll be giving a motivational pep talk to some or the other person, trying to inspire them to be the best versions of themselves,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna do today.
Uh-huh. And we are so thrilled. We are so thrilled to hear all about you, all that you have to say. So let's begin with our questions now. Since that you have already shared a little bit about us, why don't you tell us what are the changes that you face in your everyday life?
Okay, so
Challenges, I would say.
challenges, right. So I have always been a super motivated person all my life, but in the pandemic, like everyone else, I have been in this bubble of uncertainty where I find myself not feeling like it many a times and tend to procrastinate. There are a lot of challenges actually on a daily basis. Waking up early is a task. I used to be such a morning person before, but now it's become so difficult to wake up early because there's no office anymore. There's no motivation to, you have to reach office or like you have to take the public transport or drive or whatever. It makes it hard to wake up in the morning. Then after that, having a fixed schedule, since I have an overlap of work time to connect with people in different time zones. I think that's the case for a lot of people all over the world. Like everything has become work from home, so labor is more accessible and people are working different time zones. All of that is just bogged me down at one
Yeah,
point in the lockdown. Then also incorporating a regular exercise routine. That is a
absolutely.
major one. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
so that, and then when you don't exercise, you tend to stress eat a lot as well because you're not exercising, your body is not functioning, your hormones are off. So that has been like those are like the major challenges. And apart from that, um, I also constantly seek perfection. That has been the case all my life, and I constantly keep overcoming that. Like it's always a work in progress. So I always feel like I'm not doing enough in any sphere. Like sometimes it's career, sometimes it's family. I'm not able to give enough time to family or socially or anything else.
yeah.
So
Okay. So you have listed
these
a good number of challenges that you face in your everyday life, and I think the most of the people who have joined us here, even myself, we go through that every day. First of all, lacking the motivation to get up in the morning. How should we get up in the morning? We don't have any motivation to do so. And then after getting up, following a proper routine throughout the day is also difficult because of work from home and then doing the regular exercises. Now we are not doing the regular exercise, it is leading us to stress eat, and then there's some hormonal imbalance and everything, and then it leads us to this feeling that we are not able to give time to our family, our career, or our friends. Something is getting missed out or is lacking at one point or the other, and seeking perfection and everything is also keeping us behind in some ways or the other. So you've literally noted down all the challenges that we all resonate with so much. We all go through these challenges. So, Bhavisha, what is that one challenge that you have overcome or you are in the process of overcoming?
um so waking up early and having a schedule is a major one. I had been struggling with it with quite some time. That and seeking perfection
Mm-hmm.
in everything. So
Yeah.
it just gets, it used to get, I'm getting better at it now. So it used to get really hard to wake up in the morning, like, push yourself to wake up. And
Yeah.
I don't know, by this point, our moms have also given up, like, oh no, I'm not gonna wake you up, do it yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what adulting is, right? So you
I
have to
guess.
pick
Yeah.
yourself up and do it.
Yeah. So, the two major challenges that you are overcoming right now, you've mentioned is one, getting up by yourself because even our parents have given up. They're not waking us up. It's like, oh, you have become the adult now. You have to do it for yourself. And the second thing you mentioned was seeking perfection. So, at what point, Bhavisha, did you realize that you need to do something about these two aspects, or what was that turning point for you?
Um, so, as I stated earlier, I am a very curious person. So whenever even something slightly goes off, I start questioning it and I start seeking answers very instinctively. It just comes very instinctively to me. So I always want to broaden my horizon and just keep an open mind and gain more knowledge because there's so much in this world, right? Um, so I think the current struggle of waking up, it emerged from the fact that all of us were in the same situation in the lockdown, and we got a lot of time to reflect. And after a lot of reflection, I had reached a point where I felt like I was running on autopilot, and I was letting my tasks dictate my day and my life rather than me controlling my life myself. So I thought that I needed to be in charge, and then it struck me that that would start with me being kinder to myself, and I could begin with taking charge of my life, because if I won't, then who will, right?
Yes, yeah.
And then it came all together by putting the effort day in and day out. And also, yeah, so consistency is key in everything. And there's this quote that keeps me going whenever I'm bogged down, which is consistency beats intensity every time. So if you do like small tasks every day, rather than doing a lot of things in one day, it'll be more impactful to your life, and it'll constant. So if you're putting uh, whatever effort you're putting daily, and you try to be 1% better at it on a daily basis, uh, that would compound in the long term, and it'll be more impactful than doing it everything at once.
I see how you have in you have added that element of finance over here, how it compounds to the greater thing. That is the first thought I had when you said about compounding. But it makes a lot of sense that consistency is the key, and consistency beats intensity over time was at the core. And you've explained it so beautifully that if you're just trying to be better by 1% every day, it compounds into a bigger, larger difference. And you've explained that so beautifully. Consistency beats intensity over time. Wow, lovely. So, how do you make sure you are being consistent or and beating this intensity with your the challenge of perfectionism and waking up early, following a routine?
Okay. Um, so we can deal with the tangible one first, that is waking up early and having a schedule. So, as we all know, that the weather is so cozy these days, and
Yes.
it's so hard to wake up and work out. So I tried a few things for that. So first of all, I cut out all the negative self-talk, and I left all the self-doubt and
But these are
consciously tried.
tangible things, Bhavisha. How do we cut out the negative self-talk? Okay, then.
Yeah, so like you consciously make an effort ki no, nada, anything that is negative, you just consciously work on removing that from your vocabulary, and that way you condition yourself to do that, and it becomes like a conditioned reflex over time. Like
Yeah,
it just
conditioned
becomes a habit, right?
it becomes a habit. Absolutely, absolutely, yes.
Yeah. So then, yeah, whatever the voice in my head that used to say that I can't do it, I tried to, first tackle that, and, just keep saying to myself that you can do it, because your brain, it listens to you no matter what you do. Like all the content that we consume, everything that we hear, see on a daily basis, it affects you in ways you might not even know
Absolutely.
subconsciously. So, yeah, that was the first step. Then the second step was keeping my phone away from the bed before sleeping.
Oh,
So I think most of us have a habit of being on our phones before sleeping, and that is a major time-consuming task. So and I think most of us also have chargers beside our beds. That is like
yeah.
another major time cutter.
Mhm.
So you need to get rid of the phone before going to bed, because because of the detrimental effects of it on your eyes, firstly, and then it also messes with your circadian rhythm. So that was the second one. So I started keeping my phone away from me. Like once I'm in bed, the phone is at least 20 feet away. Like it's on my desk or it's in the other room.
Yeah. It
Then,
it actually makes sense because you're doing this to get up early in the morning. So in the morning when you want to check your phone, you have to get out of the bed. You can't like you can't
true.
wait till that's a very
Yeah.
smart way to look at it.
So that actually works, okay? Like for the first couple of weeks, since I was in the habit of using my phone, what happened was I wasn't getting sleep. Like
Mm,
at night, 2 hours, I would just keep twisting and turning and not get sleep because it's a habit, right? Even though
yes.
you're not doing anything, your brain is functional. So I couldn't sleep, and but then it got better after about 1.5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, I started sleeping better. Okay, yeah, so these were two things. Now, third thing is, even though you said that, you have to get out of the bed to get your phone, but since we're also trying to incorporate an exercise routine and, have a schedule, I don't check my phone the first hour of my day.
Oh, okay, okay.
So you wake up that early that you don't need to check your phone, work wise, social wise, though I don't think anything is that important that you need to check in the morning. But work wise, I think you can wake up 1 hour before the usual time to
Mm-hmm.
incorporate it into your life. So yeah, I don't use my phone the first hour in the morning. Um, Yeah, and once you've done these things, three things, you're out of your bed, drink a glass of warm water.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, even if a person is lazy enough to make coffee, I don't consume caffeine. So, even if a person is not able to, like, doesn't want to put in the effort to make something, warm water is the easiest thing and it wakes you up instantly. You don't need to
Okay,
put
I didn't know
anything
that.
else. Yeah, it does that.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna try that definitely.
Yeah, let me know how it goes.
I will.
So yeah, these were the tangible things to do, and then also a few things. So if these don't work in the first week, so for me, first week was really difficult because it's a change of routine and you're changing
Yeah.
your schedule, everything. It's hard to adapt, but you have to stay consistent on it and possibly have some people hold you accountable. Like it could be your friend, it could be your mentor, or it could be your what do you say, uh, coach. It could be your therapist, or it could also be your parents. You can tell your mom to hold yourself accountable. She'll
Yeah.
do it happily. So my mom does it for me. So yeah. So holding yourself accountable, that's another thing that I did. And now you've woken up and you have to stay on your schedule. So for that, since we're constantly on our laptops or some device or the other, another method to use was time boxing and unscheduling.
Mm,
So this has been very, very important to enable me stay on track. So in this, you take a calendar, and I usually use my Outlook calendar because that's where all my emails are. So you take that calendar and you put as many non-work related tasks in it.
mm,
So, for example, the first half an hour of your day, you wake up, brush your teeth, freshen up,
ha, 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 ha.
the first half hour. Okay, then suppose for me it's like I have a yoga class in the morning, so the next 1 hour 15 minutes will be yoga class, blocked for yoga class. Then after that, half an hour is like spend time with mom and sit with her and talk to her. So that's a non-work related task. Then the next half an hour is like go for a shower and have breakfast. So I keep like a big chunk of time because I eat slow, chewing my food 32 times. So I keep like a big chunk of time there. And then,
Is time boxing
yeah,
something
just
that every day, everything that you do on your regular basis, you put a time on it so that you are continuing to do it, but just that you've allotted some time to it and you know what you have to do next so nothing gets skipped. Is time boxing something like that?
right. It's to keep you on track, on schedule. Like one, if you have a forgetting problem, then it won't let you forget your tasks. And second is like every time you see that reminder, so you sync it through all your devices. You sync it on your
Okay.
phone, your laptop, everything. And whatever, I think everyone has a device in their hands all the time. So it just makes it easy to, you see it and okay, even if you're doing something else or even if you get sidetracked, like, you know,
Yeah, absolutely. Like
you
you
see
just
something else.
get lost on Instagram or social media. So then there's suddenly a
Yeah,
reminder. It's time to eat now. So you can just switch or do something else.
precisely.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Good one.
Yeah, so that worked. And the most important thing that I did was declutter.
Declutter.
So
Uh-huh.
declutter was a theme for a very long time and it still is. So the most basic things at home, like since it's the lockdown, I am treating it like as a lockdown and I'm not going out. So uh, the closest things that I could declutter were my wardrobe,
Uh-huh.
my desk, and my mailbox. So
Okay.
we have emails popping up all the time, right? Then you sit at your desk. Yeah. You sit at your desk all the time, so it needs to be clean. And your wardrobe, you open your wardrobe every day, so that also needs
Yeah.
to be clean and decluttered. So for me, it was immensely therapeutic. Um,
How is
and it
decluttering
all
helping you? And what is the essence of decluttering?
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, physically you're decluttering, but again, subconsciously it has an impact on you because since you're doing that, I do it monthly, you can do it fortnightly, whenever you want to. So as you make that, incorporate that in your life, you subconsciously start doing that with your thoughts and things in general in life, any situation.
So what you're saying
So,
is that when you declutter
yeah,
your mind, when you're decluttering your mind, sorry, when you declutter physical things like your wardrobe and the desk and the emails, subconsciously you're also decluttering your mind because you're taking out the unnecessary things and stuff like that.
correct.
Okay.
So, okay, for example, um, think about your wardrobe and think how many pieces of clothes are there in it that you haven't touched at all in the last 5 to 10 years.
5 to 10 years. Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I had
Okay, even
decluttered
3 years.
3 years. Yeah, there are a lot of them. Yes.
Yeah, so just like it's occupying space in your wardrobe, there are similarly, there are thoughts that are occupying space in your brain that don't need to interfere with your daily life.
Yes. Could you repeat that once again, please?
So just like there are clothes lying in your wardrobe that are occupying space, and they don't need to be there because you're never going to use them. You don't look at them on a daily basis. Similarly, there
It's
are
just like
thoughts in your mind.
that was a happy accident, I guess. I'm so, so sorry. That is what happens with work from home, I guess.
Yes,
No, it's very hard to
totally.
try to be louder. Okay. Yeah. I'm so sorry to cut you off. Continue.
Yeah, no problem. Um, yeah, so similarly, we have thoughts in our minds that occupy space that we will not be using them on a daily basis.
Hmm. Okay. So just like
So it's
there are
good to
things that we don't
declutter.
utilize in our I think there was some network drop suddenly.
Yeah, I
Can you
think
hear me?
so. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So just like there are clothes and there are some stuff on our desk and everything that probably are not we are not utilizing it in our everyday life. They are still somewhere there and present. Similarly, our thoughts are also present, but even though we are not utilizing them. So if we are physically decluttering, we are also somehow mentally decluttering. It is just making more space for better things to come in, or just keeping that space so that we have our uh, peace of sense of mind, whatever. Yeah. So we were talking about the challenges of following a routine and getting up early in the morning, and you started. You said that you follow first three major steps. First is that you try to keep your phone away while sleeping at least 25 feet, so that you can also get up and get out of the bed. The second thing that you had mentioned was make someone accountable that you are getting up out of bed and having warm water when you get up because that wakes you up, right? That wakes you up.
Yes,
And am I forgetting the third thing? Uh, Keep the phone aside, drink warm water, make someone accountable, and don't check your phone 1 hour before. 1 hour before sleeping. Yes, I got it. I got all three of them. And
perfect.
then we started discussing about decluttering and how it helps. If you physically declutter, it helps you declutter mentally as well. And time boxing, like you said, that time boxing is very helpful. So in your calendar, be it Outlook, Gmail, whatever you're using regularly, you can you can note down all the things that you do on regular basis. Be it after getting up, what are you doing for those 30 minutes? So if you're going to meditate or if you're going to say affirmations and everything, what is that half an hour for? Then the next 1.5 hour you do yoga. So writing down or noting down in your calendar what are you doing every minute, so that just in case even if you get sidetracked, you can get back on track, because there is going to be a reminder that okay, it's time to do this, it is time to do that, so it helps you to get back on track instead of just losing track of time. So this is what you do for you're following a schedule and getting up early in the morning. And then you were also mentioning something about perfectionism. So how do you deal with perfectionism?
Okay, so I think this problem emerged when everything shifted from in person to virtual and work from home. So that in person connect was lost, and you don't meet anyone from office anymore. And it's hard to keep up with everything that's going on at work because when you're in office, you're like, you're chatting with so many people, and there is like the hustle bustle around you, and everything is I don't know. It just it's just like you, you know what's going on around you, but it's hard to catch up when you're at home because you're not available on screen all the time.
Yeah.
You have meetings, you meet people, you don't have meetings, you lose touch if you don't keep in touch otherwise. So uh, because of that, what I started doing to overcome this perfection thing, so it just got triggered because I don't know where I stand, and I don't know what's going on at work, and there's just so much uncertainty that caused that to come back. So I figured that the best solution for this was to ask feedback. So, be it your manager, your friend, like in any sphere of your life, it's just much easier to ask than, be stuck in a rut, like in your thoughts that, oh, what's going on? Like, you're just stuck with questions that go unanswered, and then that leads you to a lower self-esteem and a lot of different things. So it's just better to keep things clear and ask the right questions, because if you never ask, you'll never know, right? So, yeah, I started doing that, and this let me know where I stand. And it just, in general, makes one self assured and confident that they are on the right track.
Yeah.
And
To be very honest, Bhavisha, at this point, I never realized that how perfectionism is also playing a role in affecting our self-esteem. And the best way to do is to probably get a feedback from anyone and to ask the right questions to do that. I'm just making these connections. This is my biggest takeaway, I should say, because I've never thought about this. How, asking the right questions and getting clear about it and getting it out of the picture so that you're not thinking about it. There's already so much to worry about. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Other things also make a lot of sense, but this just like hit me. Yeah.
yeah, it hit a nerve. I get it.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, so apart from that, I also tend to have like one skill uh, that I'm always working on, one new skill. So I think we just get busy in routine, and so it's just nice to have something that you do for yourself and for your own satisfaction and your own skill enhancement that gives you like a very little sense of achievement on a daily basis. So be it learning a new language, or trying some new kind of artwork. You have a lot of resin art and different art forms online these days, so you can take up a course. I did one of the alcohol ink art workshops, so that kind of it uh, it lighted the fire for art again in me, which I had lost in childhood. And one more thing that I tried doing was writing with my opposite hand.
Oh,
So
interesting. Yeah.
yeah, that was it's a skill. I feel it's a skill for me because not everyone can do that, and it's difficult to, have as good as the current. So
So it is the skill to write from the left hand, to try and write from the left hand,
yeah,
opposite hand. Yeah.
I think the network is getting cut off.
Okay. Let me check. Is it stable now?
Yeah, it's fine now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so just keeping up with one new skill that you do for like maybe 10 minutes a day.
Keep up
That,
with the new skill that you do for 10 minutes.
yeah, it could be anything between 10 to 30 minutes. If you don't have much time, then even 10 minutes is fine.
Okay.
So I did that to, like overcome the feeling of imperfection and like seeking perfection all the time. So that helped me, stay on track and stay stay on schedule while even having something that I do for myself as well.
Mm-hmm.
And also a constant reminder that everything is temporary and this too shall pass also helps me on a daily basis. Um, it's also important to keep learning new things and see what works for you. And I keep reminding myself that my biggest competition is myself and not anyone else. That, yeah. And then also to keep yourself sane in the lockdown, I think since we are all social animals, it's
Yeah.
nice to keep connected with friends. So I do that on weekends.
Mhm. Staying connected with friends over the weekend. This is one of the most important part mentioned in the Ikigai as well. I've just finished reading Ikigai, and in that, I was surprised to see that one of the major things they've mentioned is the your community and the relationship that you maintain with your friends and everything, and that is one of the keys of living the long life and happy life. So the how important it is to work every day. It is equally important to spend time with your friends and family and your community and doing something in terms of service or just spending a good time with them. Absolutely, and it is a very good way to at least integrate one, at least every weekend, trying to catch up with your friends or something, because with how things are going on and with lockdown and everything, we can't even meet now. People are meeting, but still a lot of them are skeptical. I think even I'm skeptical to a certain extent. So just, catching up online also is like really helpful to keep yourself sane and happy, like you mentioned. Absolutely. So how are you feeling right now, sharing your story with us, Bhavisha?
I'm feeling a sense of happiness that I got this platform thanks to you to be able to inspire people.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you
where
so
I'm
much
at
for
now.
coming and sharing and giving the time and actually noting down how you have literally step by step elaborated on what we can do for perfectionism and to, live, like follow a routine and to get up early. Like the two most important things, I think this is definitely what each one of us are going through. And I'm definitely inspired and I'm going to apply these things in my routine because I had heard about time boxing because I attended this master class and it was Mind Valley Masterclass where Neil had come, and in this book, Indistractable, he had mentioned about time boxing. So it was like if you have put everything in your calendar, so you will not get distracted by anything, and even if you get distracted, so just give 10 minutes to it and then get back to it and things like that. But I just realized when you were talking that it is about literally putting your routine in the calendar, not just keeping your routine in the mind, but putting it out
Yeah.
there on the calendar so it acts like a reminder. So that is a clarity that I got about this particular concept as well, which was very helpful for me. So
Thank you.
what
I'm
is
glad.
your yeah,
Yeah.
continue.
No, I'm glad you got a takeaway from, like, you could learn little bit from whatever I said.
Oh, I've learned a lot. I have. I'm planning to keep my phone aside near the door because my bed is towards the other side. So that is what I'm going to do because I'm going to, it is going to make me get up out of the bed. And I will not instantly get up, so automatically there will be a 15 minutes gap before I touch my phone. So that will also be a good thing because the first thing I check is my phone in the morning, even though there's nothing important. So I am taking
Yeah.
back a lot, and thank you so much for sharing this with us, Bhavisha. What is your key takeaway from today's session?
My key takeaway from today's session would be um, I think you iterate things very well and you absorb things very well. Yeah, and I hope that people apply these things in their lives and they see a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, and y'all can reach out to me if y'all apply any of these and see a
Yeah,
difference.
absolutely. You can reach out to Bhavisha directly. We will be tagging her in the post. This will get uploaded in the IGTV. so people can reach out to you to know more about this or to get clarity on certain things. And also, I will be mentioning, or you can mention it in the comment, because like audience can mention in the comments if they want to know something more from you, and you can reach out to them, they can reach out to you. It will work both ways. And I will also share one reel about how what have you shared, and how can you step by step apply it, so that in an instant people are already aware of it. So yeah, that will be done soon. Thank you so much for joining us, Bhavisha, our everyday
Thank
game
you.
changer. Okay, one last thing before you leave. What is that one thing? What would you like to tell the audience? Let's begin there.
Okay, so let's begin. Let's begin by practicing delayed gratification. So, resist your current temptations for your long term goals. Go and unsubscribe to all the unwanted mailers and declutter your mailbox and phone applications
Uh-huh.
because you don't need that retail therapy.
Absolutely.
Um, Stop the negative self talk. Stay in the here and now. Make self care a priority.
Mhm.
Be curious. Learn to adapt to change. Because Charles Darwin once said that it is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent that survives. It is the one that's most adaptable to change. Keep that in mind at all times, and have an open mind. Break free from the chains which are apparently your thoughts that are holding you back. Talk to people, try new things, be open to experiment. Immense growth comes from it, and you learn a lot about everything from other people's experiences, but also know that there is a lot that you don't know and stay grounded. That will keep you in an open and unrestricted headspace in order to learn new things. Also, remember that success doesn't happen overnight. It needs a lot of consistency, discipline, and patience, and faith too, a little bit. Uh, so remember that. And last but not the least, I know it's lockdown, but please comb your hair, everyone. Don't forget to comb your hair.
How? What is the importance or relevance of that?
I have a feeling a lot of people don't comb their hair because they're at home. Like it used to be a routine.
Okay,
Uh,
I don't. I don't. Mm. But how does that help?
yeah,
How does growing your hair every day help? What is the importance of that?
it's the smallest thing you can do to keep yourself self-confident. Even if you don't have to go on a video call. Like it's just keep yourself confident.
Okay, okay. I I can set my hair if not combing, because I don't comb my hair. Okay,
It's
but I'm
important
gonna.
to comb your hair.
But okay, learning something new. Okay. Thank you so much, Bhavisha. Even your key takeaways were very interesting. What you have to share with us is really interesting. Let's begin where? Let's begin by the first thing that you said was practicing. Practicing self-care and delayed gratification, the biggest takeaway as well. Delayed gratification, delete all the mails, unsubscribe all the mails. You don't need the retail therapy. Make space for these things, and subsides are the important. Comb your hair every day, even if you are not going on a meeting or anything. Just comb your hair every day. Make sure you're doing that, because it boosts your confidence in some way. It makes you feel prepared, like, okay, I have to do something next. connecting it from that perspective. Thank you so much, Bhavisha, for joining us and sharing your interesting thoughts and what can be done to overcome lack of schedule and to maintain and be on a schedule and perfectionism. Um, I will repeat that again. For perfectionism, take feedback from your mentors, seniors, or people around you, because that helps you to get out of the thoughts that you are stuck in, and it gives you some clarity about a lot of things. Thank you so much, Bhavisha. I'm definitely learning a lot and going to apply all the things that you've shared.
Thank you so much for having me, Tanya.
So
This has been wonderful.
it
Thank
was.
you.
I truly enjoyed this particular live with you.
Me too.
Thank you so much. And people, if you
Thanks.
would also like to join or become the Everyday Game Changers, if you also have something interesting to share, just the way Bhavisha had, you can join us. You can let us know if you would like to be the Everyday Game Changer, and you can come on board and share your thoughts and experiences, struggles, and how you've overcome these challenges by yourself, because you never know who's going to learn from it and how they are learning from it. Also, you also get to look back on your journey so far. You also realize how far you've come, and this is a great opportunity to do it. Just have a chat and get a chance to influence other people. Just wonderful. Thank you, Bhavisha. With that, we are signing off. Good night. Have a lovely evening and a lovely weekend.
You too.
Bye bye.
Bye.